Batman, 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 what? Batman, Batman, yeah. Batman, yeah. Batman, yeah. Batman, Batman, hey, Batman, Batman, what? Mr. Never use a gap, man. Yeah. Never turn like a Batman.
The future of the NBA is in great hands. We have such great young talent coming up in the league to replace the stars of the last decade. And in this video, I have laid out 6 particular players that I want to talk about, and I'm going to just simply break them down, their talents, their gifts, and why they are so special. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you guys follow me on all these social media platforms for daily NBA, daily basketball content. So with that out of the way, let me go ahead and establish the 6 players that I have laid out and that I will be talking about today. These 6 players are Giannis, Luka, Jayson Tatum, Trey Young, Zion Williamson, and Ja Morant. These are the 6 players I'm going to be breaking down and discussing. But before I mention or even get into those 6 players, I do want to have a quick conversation about 2 honorable mentions, if you will. And the first honorable mention is Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. If you guys watched that 2020 NBA playoffs, yeah, they did go out in the first round. Yeah, they did blow out a 3-1 lead. However, you guys know what it is. He dropped 2 50-point games in that series. He is a straight hooper. I would say he's the now. He's not even the future. This man is just sensational. In his first season, he eliminated the Russell Westbrook and Paul George-led Oklahoma City Thunder and sent them home in 6 games. So Donovan Mitchell is just amazing. I can go on and on about him. If I add him to this video, to the 6 players that I mentioned, this video will be 30 minutes long. The next player I want to discuss is Ben Simmons. You guys already know about Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers. He's a second coming of Magic Johnson, although I do think that comparison is a little overblown. He is amazing. He's just an all-around basketball player who can score, who can pass. He was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He just needs to work on that jumper. He needs to learn how to shoot. He needs to work on those free throws. But aside from that, he's just simply amazing. He's a triple-double threat at any time, along with elite defense. Now let's go ahead and get right up into it. The first player I want to talk about is the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm sure you guys will let me know if I pronounced that name right, because I'm pretty sure I have. Let's go ahead and talk about him. 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Look at the stats right on the screen. Last season, 29.5 points per game, 13.6 rebounds per game, 5.6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 55.3 field goal percentage, 63.3 free throw percentage. That's pretty trash, not gonna lie to you. 30.4% from 3. Look, he's not the most efficient player, but those stats scream dominance. He is a dominant player in the NBA. This man is 6'11", with a, I believe, 7'6", 7'7" wingspan. You're not stopping him in the open court. When he gets going, when he gets ahead of steam, it's basically 2 big strides and he's at the basket slamming on your neck. There's nothing that Giannis really can't do on the court right now. The court is his field. It's his place to play. The only thing he needs to improve on is that jump shot. And as we saw in the playoffs last year, the lack of jump shot is really going to hurt him in the playoffs, especially when teams start to scheme for him and start to plan against him. But if you take away that one part of his game, he's flawless in every other area. How is somebody going to give you 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists on any given night with elite defense? Giannis is the real deal. He's the most dominant player we have in the NBA. But once he gets that jump shot, it's truly going to be over. It's truly unfair what will happen. We just got to wait and see. But moving on, next, I want to talk about Luka Doncic. That boy is crazy. Only what, 20, 21 years old? Already doing this, averaged damn near a triple-double last season. What is there really to talk about with this man? People say he's the next coming of Larry Bird. Let's look at the stats from the previous season. In the 2019-2020 NBA season, Luka was dropping 28.8 points per game, 9.4 boards, 8.8 assists per game. Yes, that's not a typo. He was averaging damn near a triple-double. 1 steal per game, 0.2 blocks, and that free throw percentage, kind of bad, not gonna lie, but 46.3% from the field, 31.6 from 3, which isn't that great. But you know what? He's only 20 years old. Let's talk about him. This man is sensational. He's pretty much the white James Harden. He's got that step back three in his bag. There's pretty much nothing he can't do. He needs to improve as a defender. He needs to improve his efficiency from the three, and as well as from the free throw line. But you guys saw what he did in the playoffs. Yes, he went out in the first round and all, but Kawhi Leonard could not guard that man. Paul George could not guard that man. Patrick Beverley could not guard that man. He's unguardable. He had a game-winning three right over Reggie Jackson's head top. This man is the real deal. And I look for him to become this season's MVP. I actually predicted that he will win MVP this season. And I'm going to be sticking with that pick. He's truly sensational. He just fills up the stat sheet. Got to improve on defense, but you know what? A lot of players in the NBA got to improve on defense, so I'm not going to single him out for that. Now, next up, who do we have? Come on, y'all. Y'all already know about JT, Jayson Tatum. You know the vibes with this man already. What is there not to like? If you're a true hoops fan, if you know hoops, you know Jayson Tatum's the real deal. Let's go ahead and get into it. Last season, 23.4 points per game, 7.0 rebounds per game, 3.0 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game, 0.9 blocks, and look at the efficiency. 45% from the field, 81.2 from the free throw line, 40.3% from three on about almost 8 attempts per game. That's saying something. This man has the strap. What is there not to love about Jayson Tatum? If you know hoops, you know Jayson Tatum is the real deal. And I know a lot of Laker fans out there be hating on him, and I don't know why. What doesn't he have? He can score with the best of them. He's liable to go for 30 on any given night. You know, he's got that tween hezzy. He's got that bag on him. He can pull up from three. He's got that mid-range. He's developed the fadeaway. He was working with Kobe Bryant before he passed. This man can do it all. He can put it on the floor and just jam on you. We saw what he did to LeBron in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals. There's just nothing that you can really say bad about him. And he's actually a solid defender already. He's not no lockdown, Kawhi in his prime type defender, but Jayson Tatum can legitimately play defense. So when it comes to Jayson Tatum, he is the future of basketball. I can see him making so many all-star teams. He's made the All-NBA just this past season. He made the All-Star team just this past season, and I'm looking forward to watching his growth and development. Now, who do we have next? Come on, y'all. Let's take a trip down to ATL for the boy Trey Young. Ice Trey. Y'all already know the vibes with Ice Trey. Come on now. This man be hooping, and he's only 20 years old. What are you talking about? Let's take a look at his stats from the previous season. 2019-2020. He was putting up 29.6 points per game, basically giving you 30. 5 and above, give it a shove. Come on now. 4.3 boards, 9.3 assists, 1.1 steals, 43.7% from the field, which is not bad considering this man is only 5'11" or 6 foot, something like that. 86% from the free throw line, 36 from three. He was giving you 59.5% true shooting. Come on, y'all. Trey is that guy. We haven't got a chance to see him in any type of playoff action yet, but that's not all his fault. Obviously, his team's been pretty sorry. But this year, we might. We just might. The Hawks picked up Rajon Rondo. Who knows what's going to happen? The East is crazy this year. But Trey Young, what is there to really discuss? His handle is on a million. This man has range from damn near half court. He can shoot from very, very deep. And his passing is extremely underrated. The only thing about Trey that concerns me from a basketball standpoint is the fact that he does have very high turnovers. Just last season, he was averaging almost 5 turnovers per game. That's got to change. Definitely going to have to work on, his IQ. Just has to work on, taking things slow and just reading the defense and making better passes. But aside from that, there isn't much for him to work on. He just has to continue to grow and just continue to learn the game. Now, next up, we got that big boy down in New Orleans, Zion Williamson. Now, due to injury, he was only able to play about 23, 24 games last season, something like that, if memory serves. But through those games, This is what Zion was able to do. He was giving you 22.5 points per game, 6.3 boards, 2.1 assists, about half a steal, half a block, 58.3% field goal percentage, 64 free throw percentage, 42.9 from three, although it was only on 14 attempts. He wasn't even averaging 1 attempt per game, so I just wanted to make that known. But an EFG of 59 and a true shooting of 61.6. This man is just a complete beast. Now, he is a very unique player in that we don't really have a true comparison for him. I would say the best comparison we have would be to maybe Shawn Kemp back in his prime, but he's just so powerful. He has such a big body. He's 6'5", 6'6", but he's like almost 300 pounds. This man is just so dominant. When you see his dunks, when you see these lobs, he's damn near breaking down the backboard. Like, this is just insane. We don't have anybody in the league right now that's anything like Zion. He's just such a specimen. He's fast. He can leap. The sky is the limit for him. The only thing he needs to do is just become a little bit more of a consistent shooter from the outside, make the defense respect him from the outside. That way, he's just a little bit more versatile. He has a little bit more value because in today's game, you need to know how to shoot. And he has the potential to be a solid, I would say, 35% shooter on maybe 5 attempts, something like that. He's not no Steph Curry. He never will be. But if you could just add that to his game, I would say the sky's the limit for him. And I'm looking forward to see him grow. Now, moving on. And last, but certainly not least, we have point guard Ja Morant. Personally, he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. Come on, there's nothing to hate on with Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. He's simply phenomenal. What is there not to love? Let's talk about the stats from his previous season. He put up 17.8 points per game, about 4 boards, 7.3 assists. He shot 47.7% from the field as a rookie who is only 6'2", 6'3", something like that. His free throw percentage, 77.6. Kind of sorry for a point guard, not gonna lie, but that's gonna improve. But he's only 20 years old. 33.5% from the arc, which isn't too good. I mean, it's average on about 3 attempts per game. But here's the thing about Ja. He's explosive, man. This dude is basically Russell Westbrook, but with a lot more control and a much better jump shot. I mean, what is there not to love? Like, I keep repeating that because it's just facts. Obviously, he's got to become more of a willing shooter. He doesn't like to shoot that much. You know, he's a hesitant shooter. He can knock it down. But when this man takes it to the rack, there's really nothing you can do to stop him. He has ups, supreme ups. Last season, he almost went to the dunk contest. We were teased with it. We thought he was going to do it, but he ended up not doing it, which is a damn shame, honestly. He felt he definitely could have won it. But Ja is just that guy. He's already a great playmaker. He doesn't dominate the basketball, and that's very, very key. Last season, his usage rate was about 25%, which is very low compared to, most stars. Most stars are usually in the low 30s as far as usage rate, but Ja Morant just isn't that. He's not super ball dominant. And just when he takes that rock, he hits you with a hesitation. He takes it to the basket. I mean, there's nothing you can really do. There's no way you can really stop this man. He's just so quick. He's so fast. And I can't wait, man. He's one of my favorite players, like I mentioned earlier. I just can't wait to see what he becomes. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. For me, these 6 players stand out as just extraordinary. They're going to be leading us into the new era of basketball, and they're going to be the ones to take over this league from the stars of the past decade, such as LeBron, KD, James Harden. These are the next guys for me. And let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit that comment. Let me know what you guys are feeling. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.